I wasn't against CBD, but I never thought about it for what I was, kind of dealing with. And so it just happened to be that at that very same time, someone had reached out to me about Green Compass and said, yeah, you're into health and wellness, me too. Like, why don't you check this out? And my biggest regret is that it took me 3 months to check it out. But once I did, I looked at this company. I'm actually from Wilmington, where the home base is of Green Compass. And so I did feel that connection with that. And then I looked at what they were doing and I thought, wow, first of all, industry is like the fastest growing industry. And I do believe that it is the one of the biggest, if not the biggest industry of my lifetime. And then I saw the way that Green Compass was doing things. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to share with other people what CBD can do. So I've got to tell you the story. That's my story, but let me tell you the story of Green Compass because it's pretty amazing. It's one of those things that the stars kind of aligned, and then here we are. We just hit our second year. If y'all don't know that, we just hit our second year. And so as we roll through tonight and you hear about the products and you hear we've got Alan with us, he's awesome, and you hear his testimony. And then it's just pretty hard to believe that we've done all this in 2 years. So our founders are Sterling and Meredith Cook, and they're the sweetest, sweetest people. And so what happened is Meredith, after the birth of one of her sons, she has 2 boys like I do. So bless us, we need some CBD for sure. But after the birth of her son, she wasn't feeling herself. She said she was in a fog. Her husband he didn't know what to do. He felt a little bit helpless. And I can relate to that. I know that feeling that, what she was having, I understand that feeling. So anyways, at the time, her brother was taking CBD and he had suggested to her, she's not feeling good. She feels like she's in a funk or like a fog and she can't get out of it. And she was really suffering from that. And he said, well, why don't you try CBD? And so she did. And she tried actually a really well-known brand. And it did, it did work for her and she started feeling better. And so then she went to go give it to her boys. And I don't know about y'all with kids, but sometimes you take something and then when you go to give it to your kids, you're like, okay, let me check those ingredients a little bit more. And that's really what she did. And so she really found out that it wasn't as clean as she thought it was. Let me remind you guys, for those who don't know, CBD, and Jess is going to get into how it works in your body, but it is not regulated. So you could put whatever you want in a bottle, y'all, slap a label on it, sell it as CBD, and there it is. You have no idea what you're getting. There's absolutely no regulation at all, which is really scary when you think about it. I mean, I was in TJ Maxx the other day and I saw it at the checkout and I thought, this is crazy. Like, what the heck is even in this bottle? So anyway, she looked at her husband, Meredith did, and she was like, okay, I want a cleaner CBD. And she looked at her husband and they talked about growing hemp. Now, if I had said this to my husband, I say this all the time because it's funny, but if I looked at him and said, grow me some hemp, he'd probably look at me like, you're crazy. And where am I going to grow hemp? But Sterling was actually in the agricultural business. So it wasn't like really far-fetched for her to talk about growing hemp. And so he reached out to some of his friends. Sterling was in the sweet potato industry, and he reached out to the Wooten brothers, who were 6 generational farmers in North Carolina. And they were also sweet potato farmers, and their family was a family of farmers. And so they said, actually, funny enough, we're already growing hemp. This is crazy, right? They're part of the North Carolina hemp pilot program. And so they just came together, y'all. And what happened is they started growing hemp. And here's what's crazy. Oh, my dog's going up and down. If she barks, I'm sorry. I need to give her CBD so she can like lay down. But anyway, so they started growing hemp and they started giving it to their friends and family. And you know what? Their phones are ringing off the hook. Kind of like how I feel like as advocates are, it's like everybody's wanting what we have. That's the same thing. People were wanting this hemp. And they were actually going to go and actually it wasn't even going to be a business. But when you have something and you realize that you have something that could really help people live and feel better, I mean, you've got to do it, right? So that's kind of how Green Compass launched. They were actually going to go into the medical field with pharmacists or, medical professionals, but this was the best business model. There's nothing like getting an incredible product direct to consumer. And y'all, when like our CBD, it ships from our farms in Chapman, North Carolina to your doorstep all over the United States of America in 3 to 5 days. And so the Farm Bill passed in 2018. If you don't know what the Farm Bill is, it's what it is in 2018, December, I believe, of 2018, it made it legal for all 50 states to be able to get CBD. Like we can ship it legally in all 50 states. And so once that happened, I mean, we could have launched before that, but just in true fashion, we do things the right way, always. And so as soon as that happened, guess what? February 6th, 2019, Green Compass launched. And I'll talk about the numbers at the end because you're going to be blown away to know how many customers we have and the reach that we've already had in 2 years. So we're going to show this really cool video, but before we do, there's so many things that set us apart. We're going to show a 2-minute video about really how and why Green Compass stands apart in this huge, fastest growing industry. But one of the things is we're vertically integrated. So remember when I said we're 6 generational farmers? These are our farms, our farmers, our hemp plants. And so that's really, really cool. That means we own and oversee every step of the process from seed to seal. I mean, that's really hard to find. And also, we are USDA certified organic, and this is a huge deal. So when you're taking it or your loved ones are taking it or you want to try it, or even for your like fur babies, I see Nikki over there with her dog. It's precious, but hey, anyway, so, you want to make sure that you're getting something that doesn't have pesticides, doesn't have herbicides. So those are 2 things that are really important. And this video is going to show multiple reasons why we stand alone in this industry. So Jess is going to share her screen and make sure to unmute so we can hear. And then y'all just give a thumbs up when you can hear the video. So,
all right.
And then I'll see y'all at the end.
All right, y'all give me just a second. I'm going to share my screen. We always say, we love sharing CBD, but technology is not always our favorite part of it. Here we go. I think we're ready.
CBD. It's all over the place. So how can you be sure the CBD you're putting into your body is of the highest possible quality? Green Compass is a great place to start, and we've started with USDA organic certification. USDA organic certification is a very strict standard that certifies everything from the soil we farm in to the ingredients we use in our products. Everything that comes into contact with our finished product must be audited, which means full traceability from seed to bottle. Many CBD manufacturers source their ingredients from outside suppliers, and unless each of those suppliers also has USDA organic certification, it's very hard to know what's actually in their product, which means you can't be certain what's going into your body. Along with USDA certification, knowing how a product's CBD is extracted is extremely important. Green Compass uses CO2 extraction, a clean way of pulling CBD from the hemp plant that uses carbon dioxide instead of harmful solvents like hexane or butane. Knowing which parts of the hemp plant are used for extraction is also key. The vast majority of therapeutic compounds are found in the flower of the plant, which is why this is the only part Green Compass uses for extraction. To save time and money, some companies also use the stalk, which is ground up and dumped into their extraction process. Isolating only the most potent parts of the plant is labor-intensive and costly. We know it's worth the time. Some of our products use essential oils, and yes, our essential oils are also USDA certified organic, which is an industry rarity. Organic essential oils are important because those that aren't can contain heavily concentrated pesticides. Many reactions people have to essential oils are actually from the concentrated pesticides and not the plant material itself. Finally, our corporate lab connects all these industry-leading practices with the products you buy today and the innovations you'll see tomorrow. Producing our own products in our own lab allows us to maintain quality throughout every stage of production. It also gives us a proving ground to test new products and processes. This means you get the products you want quickly and in the healthiest form possible. Knowing what goes into your body is important, and we take that responsibility very seriously. The Green Compass journey began by producing CBD for those who matter most, our own families. We wouldn't compromise for them, and we won't compromise for you.
All right, you guys, a few more in the waiting room. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Can everybody hear me okay? Awesome. Yep, good. All right. Well, my name is Jessica Gibbs. I'm also a presidential founder with the company, and we are so excited to have you join us, like I said, tonight. Would love to share with you just really quickly a little bit about my story, and then I want to talk to you about the products. And then I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Alan Chapman. So really quickly, when I was presented with this opportunity to be a part of Green Compass, I said no. I was a hard no. I am a wife and a mom of 3, and I own an event planning company here in Wilmington, North Carolina. And for me, I just felt like I had too much on my plate. There was no way that I could take on another thing. So my amazing friend, Miss Jenny Burnett, who I think is on here tonight with us, she said, you know what, I understand how you feel, but I'd love to know what you think about the product. And at the time, we were in the pre-launch stage where we were literally sharing a PDF document with people. And that's what she showed to me. She said, I need to tell you about this company story, and I want you to try this full spectrum tincture. And I did. And I was struggling with severe neck pain that really didn't allow me, to be the best wife and mom that I could be. I was not at all acting my age. I would wake up in the morning and I would have to sit with ice or heat on my neck, take 4 Advil, and drink my coffee before I could really get my day started. So fast forward, I tried the tincture. I couldn't believe the results that I was having. And I said, I'm in, I'm all in. I'm going to have to tell everybody about this. And you are so annoying. That's literally what I said to her, because now I can't not do this. So tonight, I want to share with you some of our amazing products. We've got such a great lineup. So I'm not going to touch on every single thing, but the person who sent you here tonight can share a little bit more about the details of those. But before I get into the products, I want to tell you really quickly that you have something in your body called an endocannabinoid system. And I could not say that for the longest time. So don't feel like you have to know that word. We can call it the ECS for short. And that is a system in your body that they discovered in the 90s that is something that we need and we didn't even know about. And so you have receptors all over your body that respond to CBD. You have CBD naturally in your system, and it gets depleted by outside things. So when you take CBD, you begin to respond, your body responds in a way that whatever it is that you need, whether you need sleep support or maybe you have some anxiousness or pain like I did, the CBD begins to work in your body, and it's pretty amazing how it does that. So you may be thinking to yourself, okay, is this that weed oil? Somebody might have shared this with you tonight and you were like, is that weed pot stuff that I've been seeing around? So I'm here to tell you that we are all not driving our kids around or our families around high. We are not doing that. And what you need to know is that CBD comes from the hemp plant, not marijuana. Hemp is high in CBD and low in THC, and marijuana is high in THC and low in CBD. So that is why we use the hemp plant. And that's also why you'll have no psychoactive effects from the products that you'll be using. So let's touch really quickly on some things that you need to know. When you're looking for a quality CBD product, you want to make sure that they come with a certificate of analysis, and you get a certificate of analysis, when you're third-party lab tested, and we are just that. So you will see, and this is one of my favorite things, this is our full spectrum mint oil, and you'll see on the bottom, there's a QR code. And it's so cool because you can actually scan that and see exactly what is in each bottle of CBD that you get. So we really like to share that with you because it's just so important that if you're looking into CBD, that you're looking at a quality, safe product. Some other things that we have along with this full spectrum, we offer a broad spectrum product, and that's something that is safe for you if you're drug tested. So that's another time when that certificate of analysis comes into play, where you can be sure you know what you're putting in your body and that you're safe to take this and still work the job that you love. We also have our topicals. We have our Reduce line, which is FDA registered. I am a huge lover of that because of suffering from pain. It's something that I just can't live without, and I tell everybody about. Eric and I were actually talking about that today, how I am such a reduced fan. We also have pain patches, which I can't tell you enough about either. And we have skincare. We've got essential oil roll-ons that have CBD in them. We have a new boost line. And then, and I actually forgot to grab my nano jelly jar before I came and sat down to meet with you guys tonight, but we have, there they are, Erica, awesome. We have these amazing nano jellies that are new to our lineup. They are broad spectrum, so they're THC free. And it's so cool because basically the CBD molecule is within a water molecule. And what happens with CBD is when you take it and you take like our tincture, it has to go through your whole system and a lot of it gets broken down. Well, with the nano emulsified jellies that we have, you're absorbing even more of the CBD. And it's just so cool. The science behind it, we're learning all the time amazing new things. So that is kind of the gist of our products. There's so many more things that I'd love to tell you, but I don't want to take too much of your time. And I do want you to hear from our amazing friend, Mr. Alan Chapman, who is on and joining us tonight. He's got a great testimony to share with us, and then we will wrap it up. So take it away.
Thank you, Jess. Hello, everyone. I'm Alan Chapman. I am from the Washington, D.C. area. Actually a former small business owner, jumped into corporate America again after about 14 years ago. And I work now for an international education firm. And I'm a marketing person. I'm not a sales guy. Two different things, even though sales is part of marketing. I'm more of a marketing guy. So not much of a salesperson. But with this, you don't have to be a salesperson. You just share. I started about a year ago when something major was happening around the world, just perfect timing to do something new in my life. I first actually heard of CBD probably someplace different than everyone else here has heard of it. I heard of it from my 80-year-old, almost 80-year-old, can't give her 80 yet, almost 80-year-old mother told me about CBD, not Green Compass, but that she was getting ready to start taking CBD and all the things, the benefits it has. I'm like, okay, Mom, go ahead and do that. About 2 months later, I was introduced to Green Compass by a former business partner. And I just told him, after he kind of told me about it a little bit, 15-minute phone call, I said, stop. I have to do my own research because everyone does things differently, right? So I had to do my own research. I did not have the luxury of having a call like this. I did my research on the industry first and then Green Compass. And what I found was the industry was moving very fast at a rapid pace, and that Green Compass and CBD was helping people live a better life. And I like to do that. So it was really in line with the things that I wanted to do. I wanted to help people and I wanted to make a little extra income. And this actually gave me a chance to get in early on the ground floor. Again, I started about a year ago. You guys starting about a year behind. That's about it. You can catch up tomorrow if you do everything you want to do in this business. But that's the great thing about this business. You can be successful because Green Compass has already laid out a strategy or a plan. They've gone through a lot of the hiccups the first year, and they laugh about it. You'll hear them laugh about all the things they did. But what they know now and what we know now is a successful plan for your business. And you can make a little extra money, or you can even change your financial future. It's really up to you, depending on how much you want to do. So really now's the time to jump in. I mean, you don't really get an opportunity to jump in on the ground floor of a business. Now, this is your business, and you're jumping on the ground floor of an industry with the help of Green Compass. So I just wanted to let you guys know that the support that you get from everyone, I mean, everyone, will really help you grow. You're not at it alone. We're all in it together. You'll be talking to me, Jess, Erica, Jenny. It could be anyone, any day, and they'll help you. So I'm so happy that I was able to lock arms with this organization and be a part of it. And I'm really excited that you guys are considering it. And I know that you'll do wonderful in it. Erica, roll over to you.
Back to you. Earlier, before everybody got on, I was like, back to you. I felt like a little, I don't know, anchor woman or whatever. But anyways, thank you, Alan, so much. That's so good to hear from you. And y'all, I've got to tell you about the numbers, okay? It's really important to understand what we're doing here, like changing the game of CBD. But before I do, I have to tell you that with these jellies, I love these, my whole entire family. Okay, CBD has been a game changer for my family. My husband, who is an athlete, he takes for like muscle recovery. He's got a stressful job, so sleep, things like that. My two boys are 13. One just turned 13 yesterday, so I have a teenager, which is crazy. 13 and 8, and they love their CBD. And then I am obsessed ever since my doctor said, you need to leave this office and go find you some CBD. But these nano jellies, let me tell you about this, why these are so special. Is like Jess hinted, I mean, she was not hinted, she talked about that these are, in the nano molecule. But guys, okay, in the whole entire United States of America, Green Compass has been able, the first to ever put out these nano jellies. They're USDA certified organic and they're broad spectrum. They're actually THC free. And the fact that we've been able to put out something that's so clean, like we don't use chemicals, we don't use, I talked to you earlier about pesticides and all things. We don't use any of that. So this is so awesome that Green Compass, that just hit their second year, was able to put out a product that was like the first in the entire nation, which is like mind blowing to me. And it really trickles down from the very top, who are the founders I was talking about earlier. This really is a family here at Green Compass. And tonight, whether you are just curious about CBD, maybe you're curious about the opportunity, the industry, maybe you're curious about the product, or guess what? Maybe you're like, nah, this is not for me. I don't want to try the product, but maybe after jumping on tonight, maybe you thought about, oh, you know what? My neighbor is suffering from headaches or sleep, and I bet this could help them, Like that's what it's all about, is spreading this out and getting this into the whole entire country, and then we'll go global. But to tell you really quick, the cool numbers about Green Compass is that, remember when I said that we launched in like 2019, February 6th? Well, in this industry, the projection, we were told that our projection should be around 300,000 to 500,000, right? Like that would be really good. We're a new company, we're launching, all the things. Well, in 45 days, okay, so we were projected to hit 300,000 to 500,000 in 2019 alone. In 45 days, y'all, we hit 1.2 million. I know your minds are playing like it's going crazy like mine is. But then, y'all, we ended 2019 with 11.8 million. In the middle of a pandemic last year, we doubled that. And actually this past month in February, we were just on a corporate call the other day and we had our best month ever. And why this is important is, yes, the industry is booming. Yes, there's opportunity here. But y'all, we have 70,000 customers. 70,000 people are coming back to take our products time after time, month after month, for themselves, and then maybe their dog or their cat or their horses. Yes, there's horses that are taking our CBD. I know, it's also crazy. But their families, their children, their loved ones, someone I meet in the grocery store and they're buying, something for headaches maybe. And I say, you know what, have you tried CBD for that? So I always have to end with these numbers because it's so fascinating to me and just so totally cool how we were able to do this and just, go ahead and just get to the very top of this industry. So 70,000 customers. I think we have a little over 10,000 advocates, but it's just the customer number that's just like so wild to me. So many people's lives are changing. And so if you want to live and feel better, you know what, maybe giving CBD is a good try for you. If you want, to change your financial future, like Alan said, you know what, maybe this is a good opportunity. But CBD can be kind of personal. So if you're really struggling with something and you want to try it, get with the person who invited you here, talk to them about it. They might even put you on a 3-way chat with me or Jess or Alan or, whoever, so we can help you along your CBD journey and help you find relief. And so we are so appreciative of you coming on tonight. I'm so proud of us. I'm like, is this under 30 minutes? I can't even believe it. But I'm so I was just so grateful to be on with y'all tonight. It means so much to all of us. And if you have any questions at all, like I said, reach out to the person who invited you. We're here to help you, and have a great rest of the night, a great weekend, and hope to see you back soon. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Alan. Y'all are awesome. And that's a wrap.
Thank you, Erica. Good night, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night, y'all.